Shadow Slave, Chapter 69, The Guest. The towering demon was consumed by flames, glowing like a lighthouse in the pitch-black ocean of night. Its polished, metallic armor reflected the firelight, casting sharp flashes across the landscape. As droplets of burning oil rained from its carapace, they sizzled and flared against the gray sand below. For a heartbeat, the world held still. Sunny stared at the blaze in disbelief, struggling to accept that their reckless plan had actually worked. Beside him, Nephis remained frozen, her arm still raised from throwing the torch. But it had worked. Against all odds, their wild gamble had paid off. Sunny had never truly considered fighting the demon head-on. What kind of fight was it, anyway, between a towering death engine and 3 fragile humans? Instead, they'd gone with a smarter option, finding something even more terrifying to do the fighting for them. That's what this plan was all about. Lure the demon into becoming a glowing target for the horrors that prowled the black waters, and then let those monsters do the hard work. Now, step 1 of that dangerous plan was complete. Of course, the most terrifying part still lay ahead. They had to survive the monsters from the sea. And before that, the carapace demon roared. The air quivered with the sound, an awful mix of screeching steel and shattering metal. Its burning red eyes locked onto Sunny with such intensity that it made his blood run cold. Before that, they had to survive the demon's wrath. Sunny prayed the monster didn't possess ranged attacks. If not, it might climb the tree, or worse, find some unexpected way to kill them. Time was ticking fast, and no one knew how long it would take for the real predators of the night to arrive. For now, the burning creature stared up at the tree, calculating. A flicker of intelligence passed through its eyes. Then, with a shake of its massive body, it collapsed to the ground and began to roll, trying to smother the flames with sand. The entire island quaked from its thrashing. "Great," Sunny muttered. "Why'd it have to be clever?" For a moment, Sunny feared the demon might actually succeed in putting out the fire before the monsters came. But then, Nephis turned, eyes focused on the Black Sea. Her face turned pale. Sunny followed her gaze and instantly felt it. It was impossible to describe. The world changed. The rustling of the leaves sounded softer. The waves crashing around the island became louder and colder. An unnatural pressure settled into the air. A thick mist rolled out over the water, unnaturally dense and creeping forward against the wind. The demon noticed it too, stopped rolling, slowly rising to its feet. Even while the flames still licked at its armor, the creature turned to face the sea. Its posture shifted. The madness was still there, but now it was joined by something darker. Acceptance, resolve. The mist crept closer, slithering onto the island's surface. And then, something moved inside. Sunny could almost see a silhouette. Almost. Suddenly, Cassie's hand pressed against his face, covering his eyes. "Don't look," she whispered, trembling. "No matter what happens, don't open your eyes." Sunny obeyed instantly. A chill ran down his spine. He trusted Cassie. He had never heard her voice sound like this before. Not even when she described the terrifying images from her visions. She slowly pulled her hand away. He could only hear. Then the mist touched his skin. Cassie's voice came again, but it sounded wrong, distorted, and coming from the wrong direction. "Don't look, don't look, don't look." It echoed around him, louder with each repetition. Soon, it became a storm of voices overlapping, surrounding him. "Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look." Then they screamed, "Don't look, don't look, don't." The cacophony was unbearable. Sunny stood frozen, resisting the urge to scream back. Then, right as his strength was about to snap, he stopped. Total silence returned. Cassie's soft voice whispered again, "You can open your eyes." Sunny was about to obey, but then he hesitated. Her voice was normal, calm, but something was wrong. Why didn't he feel her breath? And how could she whisper into his ear? When she was shorter, he froze. The voice repeated, "Open your eyes." Then it turned monstrous. "Open your eyes." But Sunny didn't. He waited and waited, Finally, the presence receded. He could feel it fading. The sound of leaves, the crashing waves, Cassie and Nephi's breathing heavily beside him. And below, the carapace demon shrieked, slamming its blades together. The metallic clang echoed across the island, dispersing the fog in a wide circle of clear air. Still, Sunny kept his eyes closed. Then the island quaked. The demon had met the intruder from the mist. The clash sent tremors up the trunk of the great tree. Sunny gripped Nephis and Cassie tightly, and they waited. How long had it been? Felt like ages. But eventually the island went still again. The terrible presence had vanished. The fog dissipated. Nephis spoke in a hoarse voice. "We can look now." Sunny opened his eyes slowly. Dawn was approaching, casting dim light over the battered island. The surface of the Ashen Barrow was devastated, cracked, torn, churned by violence. And in the middle of that destruction, the carapace demon was still standing. Barely, it limped across the ruined island, dragging a mangled leg. Cracks covered its carapace, glowing with deep, alien light. Blood spilled behind it. Its rear limbs were shattered. 2 arms were missing. Its gait was jerky, unsteady, but it was still alive. Worse, its core, its vital armor was intact. Sunny clenched his jaw and looked at Nephis. "What now?" She didn't hesitate. Summoning her sword, Nephis spoke coldly. "We finish him."